All across the ice belt, there's a common species that is chased by anglers, the crappie. Oftentimes, anglers travel hours down backroad logging trails in pursuit of the best bites. But the truth is, the biggest crappies and the sickest bites are all much closer than you think. They're all located in the Twin Cities metro area. In this series, we will be pursuing the biggest crappies caught on camera, all within a 60-mile radius of downtown Minneapolis. I myself am an average ice fisherman. That's why I've recruited two of the best ice fishermen in the Midwest, Matt Waldron and Adam Griffith, to help me on this endeavor. Our crew will aim to educate, entertain, and ultimately help you catch the biggest crappie in your life. Stay glued and stay tuned because we're on the hunt for megas. Welcome to the Crappie Chronicles. The Crappie Chronicles is presented by Vexilar and filmed in collaboration with Amped Outdoors, Icehole Power, Thorn Brothers, and Clam Outdoors.
What a true freak to me is anything over 17 inches. 17 and up is an absolute monster, whether it's a white or black, hybrid, whatever.
Now, I want to catch a fish that GRIFF certifies as a freak. So to me, that's an over 17 incher. I want us to get an over 17 inch crappie on camera.
Biggest accomplishment for me for this series. Granted, I always want to break a personal best. So right now my personal best is 17 and a quarter.
I mean, they're just a different caliber fish, and when you get one, you trick the smartest fish, in my opinion.
Good morning, everyone. A quick intro today. Last night we were up really late doing the catch and cook and everything. However, it is now Saturday morning. It is time for episode 3. It is very early in the morning. We got an ice storm last night. The roads are terrible, but we're going to go swing into Quick Trip, get some breakfast, and today we're going to a special place, and we're going to be hunting for some absolute megas, and I could not be more excited.
What's up, guys? We're back out on the ice. It's pretty early in the morning. Sun's coming up right now. We've got, there's a lot of people out here right now. We're fishing the slough off the river right now, and what we got here is, there's hardly any current. There's a lot of ice here actually, and we've got a inside current swing that we are fishing, and there's a lot of little current breaks and stumps, and so we're trying to pretty much get our jigs really, really close to the stumps pretty much. And so I'll show you here what we're using. And we're using a clam drop kick jigs, and they've got we're just using white, pretty much with white plastics, and then I'm switching up with some black jigs as well. And yeah, we're just gonna start bouncing around, and we're trying to find just a current seam for our jigs to land in right now, so that we can catch these big crappies. But stay tuned. Hopefully we catch some giants for you.
What do we got going on, Waldo?
First one of the day. Yeah, that one's got some shoulders to it too, but they get a lot bigger out here. But just look at how that fish is built. It's tall. So we're gonna get it back down. We're gonna try to keep the we're gonna try to keep the fishery alive. Well, with how many people out here, this area is gonna get massacred, but we're gonna be releasing most of these fish and a lot of these larger fish. So we're gonna try to you know, keep a lot of the bigger ones going back. But yeah, we're gonna let this guy go, so I'm gonna get back down.
First one of the day is like what, a 13?
Yeah.
Dope.
Yeah, that's a big one.
Good shot, bud.
Woo! The giants. I had them stacked in 4 feet of water. I literally had them from the bottom to the top. They were just, it was, my whole screen was red. All the lower ones were gills, but... Huh? Hold on, I got another one. Ooh! Did you see that? That was big. That was big.
This is dope.
Little white action, little black action. Yeah.
You can go ahead and release the light. Show me that black. How big is that one?
It's probably 14, maybe. Yeah, 14 I would say. Just thick.
Really special fish, right?
Oh, dude. Yeah. For like the second fish in the morning. I hooked 2 that were definitely bigger than that one. Dude. 4 feet of water. You set the hook and it just, they're in the hole. Like literally. Insane. Giants.
Well, this first 30 minutes has been pretty stupid. We kind of just are in an area to ourselves, and we're in 4 foot of water, and that's a deeper area of this little trough, and we're pretty much fishing anywhere from the ice all the way down to the bottom, and they're just coming in at random depths. I mean, I just caught one and set the hook, and it just skyrocketed right out of the hole. I didn't even get to fight it. See that? I set the hook and he just... But yeah, I mean, this is pretty sweet. Fish in shallow water like this, it's kind of like close quarter hand-to-hand combat, and so yeah, it's pretty cool. It's been a good first 30 minutes. We've gotten some really nice fish on the ice, so we're still looking for a big one, 14 plus, but so far so good. Can't complain.
So what's cool about being in this shallow of water, dude, is like, you know that if you're marking one, it is like right underneath you. Like, it can't be anywhere else. The cone has nowhere to go. Wow, I got friggin' crushed. Oh, it's a bluegill. He's got it. I mean, couldn't be more choked. So these guys are catching giant crappies, and I'm catching little bluegills. So this is kind of the story of this series so far, is everybody else catches them. See you, buddy. Oop. What do we got here, Waldo?
We got ourselves a good one. Finally. This early ice for the Metro started off a little bit slow, but you know what? It's here. I'm happy. This one, I was jigging it halfway down the water column, and I was not paying attention whatsoever. And it pretty much, I looked over and my rod was starting to just bend when I set the hook. So it, yeah, it kind of surprised me. But that right there is a nice, I mean, look how thick they are. That's a good one right there, guys. We're gonna let this guy go. But one thing that we were doing is we're pretty much focusing like halfway down the water column. We're jigging aggressive. I mean, really hard jig strokes until we get one to come in, and then we tighten up the jig strokes quick and just start quivering the jig and slow rise up with your rod, and they're drilling it every single time. I mean, these aren't finicky fish by any means, so I mean, they're not really taking a lot of coaxing, and that's my favorite type of fish.
It's going good. It's tough to see them on the graph. They're so high in the water column, and it's only 5'1" here, and you literally jig, and next thing you know, you don't even see them. Your spring bobber just is sitting there tanked over, and you set the hook, and giant. I said I lost 2 really big ones. That was unfortunate, but they're so close to you when you set the hook. It's like hooking into a cinder block, and then they just, you're not much give there, so they just pop right off. They definitely go in and out though. You notice that? Like they'll be up here and then they shift out and then they come back in. You can kind of see how everybody's catching them.
Tell me what happened.
Well, we went and tried to find a spot where really people weren't sitting, and a little quieter area. We definitely found them schooled up and got this big guy. Got a couple other ones pretty close to that too. Yeah, what we're finding is these fish are literally like scraping their back on the bottom of the ice. I mean, you set the hook and they're literally hitting the bottom of the ice. So just remember that. They don't always sit down at the bottom. Granted, we're only in 4 feet of water, but they're literally the crappies are scraping the ice. The bluegills are down at the bottom, so we're really not even wasting our time down at the bottom anymore.
All right, guys, just a little morning update for you. I haven't really been fishing a ton. I've been filming Griff and Waldo, just whacking them. Bites friggin' unreal. Just a bunch of big crappies, bunch of 11 to 13, 14s, waiting for some bigger ones to show up, but we're just fishing in like 4 feet of water in a creek channel.
Okay, so one awesome thing about a Vexilar is you get low power mode, which reduces your signal strength by 50% when you're in shallow water. What that does is that really allows you to eliminate a lot of the clutter. That, and if you're on very, very skittish, highly pressured fish and you're around a bunch of people, putting it into low power reduces the amount of sonar noise you're putting into the water column, which in turn can help you catch a few more fish. So make sure that next time you're fishing under 10 foot, you utilize your low power mode on your Vex.
And that's what we're doing today, right?
Yeah, that's what we're doing right now. We're in 4 foot of water, we're using low power. It's better for sizing on your jig as well. And yeah, nice little clear screen.
He's like stuck in something. Hold on, don't.
Is he stuck in a tree?
It must be. Yeah. Whatever that is not little.
Broke the arm.
What was it? I don't know. It got in the tree down there.
It was big.
Could have been a big. It came in like a crappie.
I could feel it like right away, and then all of a sudden you could feel it hit the tree, and then hit the tree, and then he went like
Tree's
this.
right over here.
Bunch of holes around it.
Yeah, that thing was big. That was like the third one I had come in that size.
That was, yeah. No, it looked like it was a crappie the way it was fighting.
Did you see it when it went by? The whole,
Yeah.
All I seen was a big
Just-
black thing. Just boom.
Yeah.
I just seen the back of it, so it looked black.
Yeah.
The guy I was talking to when I was fishing from shore, he was showing me pictures of all the largemouth they caught.
Oh, sorry. He's back. I got him riled up. He just went, woo, woo.
That's a good one. Ooh.
Tell me what?
Yeah. That was not small. Here we go. He's back. Yeah. God, I keep having so many big ones coming out. I think it's just one that's spinning around me a bunch.
If you come look at it, go away.
Oh my god, it's a big one. It's a big one. It's stuck in the hole. That is a beast. Yeah, that's what we came here for, buddy. Give me some. That was awesome. Like, I worked that thing for so freaking long. I was sitting there, it kept coming in, and then it would leave. It would come in, and then it would leave. I mean, I sat here for, what, 5-10 minutes? As it was just kept coming in, and all of a sudden, out of nowhere, I was looking over at GRIFF, and it came back in, and I just didn't move. I just kept it there, and my rod just went. So I set the hook. This is what the Crappie Chronicles about, is chasing giant crappies like this. And look at that. Drop kick with a silky and a plastic on the back. Right there, right in the face. It hooked perfect too. That's why we're using those bigger drop kicks, you know, is they've got that larger hook for these bigger crappies, and it just drills them, it sticks them really nicely, and yeah, it does a good job. But that's a heavy fish too. I mean, look at the back on that thing. Back down she goes.
Buddy.
That was awesome. That was cool.
Hell yeah.
Now
nice work,
buddy. Now I'm gonna warm up my hands.
Let's go, baby.
Oh my gosh.
Freaking giant.
Another nice one, dude. Like I said earlier, scraping the ice with their backs. I mean, literally set the hook and you see them instantly, so you know if it's big or not. And then the battle's on in 4 feet of water. They got some gusto when there's nowhere to go. So let her go so she doesn't freeze out. Heck yeah.
Like another what, 13?
Yeah, maybe a little bit more.
Big one.
So we're gonna give you guys a little update here now. This would be my first time fishing a river system, and so it's actually, I mean, through the ice that is, but what we have learned from a couple of the other guys that have been here before, what they're relating to are the current seams and the inside and outside bends. And so what we've been doing is we've been covering each seam pretty much and gridding it out. And the one really nice thing right now, even though it's only 4 or 5 foot of water, is the ice is about 8-9 inches thick because it's such a small area, and it's cloudy ice. And we've been battling crystal clear ice and having a really hard time with fish spooking. I don't even know if we've had a fish really spook today. I mean, it's been very nice. One thing that I do know is river systems, they're gonna have a lot of shad. So one thing that I've been doing is I've been focusing a lot on white jigging plastics. And since we have the potential at really big crappies, I've been throwing a 1/16 ounce clam drop kick, which has a very large hook on it. And to be honest with you, I think that's what really saved me on that big crappie that I caught, is having a big hook and being able to drive it into that fish. I think that's what really was able to get it done for me. I mean, I think we've got what, like 5 hours left of sunlight, so we're gonna stay out here for a while longer, see if we can't get another big one for you. But this has been a really cool day learning something new.
It's been really the same pattern all day. The fish, they drop down to the bottom for a short time, but now they're right back up, scraping the ice again with their back, and they're starting to get aggressive. Again, it seems like there's ebbs and flows all day. Like, you know, they'll go crazy and then we won't even see them, and then they'll go crazy and then we won't see them, and I really don't know where they go. It's just like they're just roaming around in here. You just gotta find where the little current seams or eddies or whatever you want to call it are, and that seems to be where they're at. But yeah, that's a good one there. One of many. Yeah. Well, Bart just left me and now he's back because I got another one. Things are really heating up now. Just pounding the jig as hard as I can, and they just fly in, and your spring bobber just buries in there. You set the hook and it's just like hooking a brick down there. But very beautiful fish. Gonna let her go here. Catch another one.
Peace. You're on a roll.
Yeah, this is fun. You want to catch some big fish, might want to check into the old backwaters.
And that is episode 3. You guys didn't see me very much. Honestly, it was an absolute slaughter fest for Waldo and Griff. I did not catch much. I spent a lot of time on the camera, but this was a blast to film. So, needless to say, I'm going to turn the camera to the other guys to close this out because I didn't catch anything.
Yeah, we got some bigs.
Yeah, we got
some bigs.
lot of giants. One real giant, but
So
yeah,
today was about what this is about, right? Metro
pretty much.
Giants.
Yeah. And it was a learning curve for both of us too, you know.
Yeah, we haven't fished a ton of backwaters, and
Yeah.
you learn kind of how they position in the water column and what kind of cadences and whatnot, because
Yeah, because
it
at
was
the
definitely
end,
more of a power cadence, you
Yeah.
know, than a soft, you know, finesse style. It was more just pound that jig as hard as you could, get them to come look at it. I think it's because it's murky water, and then they would just
It's like they
gradually
feel
come
it
up to
better.
it and knock your spring bobber.
and the harder you jigged it,
probably harder they hit it.
the harder to hit it, really. So it's little things like that when you go and fish a new body of water. You want to pay attention to jig cadence and how they're reacting to how you're presenting the bait.
Right, because the smallest details make the biggest, what am I trying to say?
Differences.
There you go.
Yeah.
Today was basically the reason we're fishing this series. I think we would all say this is like showing just what the Metro is capable of. It's got freak shows in it. Within 60 miles of Minneapolis is some of, if not the best, crappie fishing in Minnesota and the Midwest through the ice. So this was incredible. The series will continue. We're going to be back on the water soon, getting after it. But in the meantime, please subscribe, like, share this video with your friends, share this series. We're having a blast producing it. There's currently a Vexilar giveaway going on my social medias, so get on over there. We should have merch coming soon, so I hope you guys go and cop some of that. But in the meantime, we're on to the next one. The Crappie Chronicles is presented by Vexilar.